I am the last child from my home. Sometime in April, we had a program in the church. So we went to the church, but she was not in the church. She was at home. We left her home. So when we came back from church, we got information from persons that she was harassed by some youths, that is the cultist group. So she reported the case to the community head, and I actually went there with my sisters. When we got there, we were telling the community head what happened. So he said she should go and deny herself if she's not guilty of what she's accused of. That some guys are harassing my mother with guns and weapons, and you're saying she should go and deny herself. Or he said yes, that he is not the government and he has no hand in it and he cannot do anything. Asked my elderly ones to go to the station and report the matter in the police station there in our community. So they went there. They reported the case in the station. And the policemen there told them that they will go into the matter and that they will take it to the chief and see what will be done. But since then, till date, they have not done anything. They said they were going to hand over the case to the anti-cultists since it has to do with cultists. What I see in that community is that even the policemen that are there, they are not actually working as instructed by the government, but they are working according to the directive of the community heads. Like when he orders them do this, that is what they do. We were hoping and expecting to hear from the anti-cultists or even a call or anybody inquiring for something, but we never heard anything up to date. 13th of June, when we had the swearing in of the House of Assembly member in Cross River State, Honorable Okonjo Ouna, when he was to be sworn in. So the youths mobilized themselves and went for the swearing-in occasion. On their way, they had an accident at Odukpani. 2 persons from their group in their midst died instantly because the accident was serious. The vehicle I saw was not something that, even if you're being told that somebody had survived, the group of persons that left for the occasion were actually the cultists, one cult like that. That they call them, they are known like as Avesas. I don't know their real name. So they all went for it. Those 2 persons died. They came back. Some that were unconscious were taken to the hospital. So as they came back, they now laid the allegation that it was my mother that caused the accident for them. From all indication, the persons that saw them when they left, that they were all drunk. Even the driver himself was drunk, that they drank enough, and even inside the vehicle they were still drinking. On the 18th, we left her. Before the incident happened, our second daughter called me. At first, I didn't take the call. Quite long, our first daughter had to call again. I didn't take the call. I saw her call again the second time. I was like, what is going on? She got a call from someone that those guys have attacked my mother where she was, and they have broken the house and entered and scattered everywhere, brought her out. They were beating her on the street. So when my elder sister, the second one, heard about it, she had to run to the police to report the matter for them to come and rescue her. But they couldn't do anything. The only thing they did was to take her to the chief palace, of which chief was not there. After not seeing chief around, they had to take her back to the station and kept her in the station for them not to hurt her. When my sister told me about it, I came out of the church, check if it was really what she told me that was going on there. Only for me to see that there were flames of fire burning, something was burning. I was like, what were they burning outside there? Not knowing it was my dear mother that was being burnt at that point in time. So when I went out, the only thing I could saw in her was just her feet, her 2 feet that I saw, and I ran back to the church. It was that they were actually looking for me and my mother to kill. But since they didn't see me, they had to go for my mother. And up to date, as I speak, they are still in search of me. We received a call that evening while we were at home. mourning and crying for her, we received a call that those boys are planning to attack us again that night, that we should vacate the vicinity. So that was how I left the environment to where I am right now. Actually, right now, the government are on it. On our own, me and my sisters, we had nothing to do. Because from the onset, when it all started, we reported to the police, there was no rescue. Reported to the community, no rescue. So now that it has happened, she have died, she have died. We want government to fight for her justice. Myself, especially, I am at risk. My life is at risk. Those boys are hunting for me and my sisters. We are just 4 in number. We are appealing to the government to help us and secure our lives. And then if those boys could be caught and let justice prevail.
The state of the situation of that jungle justice in Old Nathan is that 26 persons has been arrested in connection with the crime. They are writers with us here in State CID. The Commissioner of Police have ordered district investigation on the matter. So with the help of these suspects, we get to others, main prime suspects in the case. So there's no cause for alarm. We are on it. Very soon the world will hear the outcome of the investigation. Jungle justice, as they call it, is a serious crime, and it's to be treated with all level of security and crime. So we have always appealed to the people that when you see something, you say something. If they have handed over that woman to us, fine. This is you don't have the right to take anybody's life. You are not God. You only claim that the woman is a witch, but you have not really seen what she has done. It's spiritual to say. So that is taking law into your hands. You are not supposed to do that. It's against humanity. It's against the law. So that is why we are very serious. We are doing this investigation with all our life. So the world is watching. They want to know the outcome of this investigation. So I'm appealing to Crossivarians to be calm, and very soon we'll know the details of this.
No individual has the right to take the life of another person without undergoing through the normal process, investigation, trial, and eventually prosecution. So what has happened at New Netim in Akamkpa is alien to Cross River State, just like His Excellency Senator Bassi Edret-Otu has said. That is why he instructed Commissioner of Police to go after those that were allegedly behind this dastardly act. The Cross River State government is particularly pleased that the police have made tremendous gains by the arrest of 26 individuals. The government is committed to seeing that anyone that is found culpable will pay dearly for it. It is a note of warning to all those that may be imagining, that they could simply take the laws into their hands. It is not permitted. There are rules. Traditional institutions also have the process, of dispensing justice. And nobody, no community will be allowed to continue in this despicable manner.
The current trend ravaging our constituency and our local government is a thing that has not been envisaged in our own culture. So as a member representing the good people of Akamkpa constituency, I condemn in totality the gruesome murder of Ms. Martina Itagbor. I want to also call this opportunity to call on all the traditional rulers in Akamkpa constituency, all the youth leaders in Akamkpa constituency, in the various communities, to please do their best to ensuring that peace prevail in our various community. A situation where life is taken unlawfully is not to the best interest of our society and our community, and to call on the youths to shun violence, as anybody who takes laws into his hands will not go unpunished. I want to sympathize with the family of the late Miss Martina Itagbor, who was gruesomely murdered by youths, and to assure them that the governor of Cross River State had already directed all security agencies in the local government area in the state to ensure that they bring all the culprits to book.
Nobody has any moral justification to take the life of another person. And it's on that note that I condemn it in totality. Because if you see somebody or you accuse somebody of witchcraft, how did you know that the person is a witchcraft? Except you are one of them, or you'll be able to prove beyond reasonable doubt. That's what the law says. He who accuses must also prove. So for you to go and kill somebody because it is alleged that she's a witchcraft, and you go and kill, it's very, very unfortunate. And I must exploit this opportunity to really thank the governor of the state, Senator Prince Otu, for the step he has taken so far, putting a team in place to make sure that the people must be brought to book. And if we don't continue to stop this type of a thing, if they continue that way, it means our mothers in the village, our elderly people were not safe. So it's on that note that it's really, really unfortunate. I condemn it in totality. I don't support it. And the people must face the law so that it will serve as a deterrent to others.